Hey, what's up, my little tattletales? Listen, we have to give you a surprising turn on the Kourtney Kardashian, Travis Scott saga. Yo, Kourtney is coming out swinging at all the paparazzi for exploiting her pain. And you guys, I think she's including TMZ. And by proxy, declaring she is done with the Kardashian lifestyle. You guys, this is huge. Now, before we get into it, I want to explain why her actually coming after TMZ is literally so epic. If this is true, I'm going to give you the evidence. Let me know what you think. It's not just TMZ, it's anyone that used photos of her in this sweatsuit. Now, well, you might be wondering, well, what's the big deal? Kourtney posted this. She said, and to the paparazzi who sold pictures of me out and about while my husband was in the hospital fighting for his life, those were photos actually taken weeks ago. She says, I can't even remember the last time I wore that sweatsuit in the photo. I didn't forget about you and the new level of low monetizing off of our nightmare. It's really savagely uncool when they actually didn't leave his side. Shame on you. Those are very, very, very. And you might be wondering, Tisa, what does this have to do with TMZ? And how does this signal that Kourtney literally is 100% ready to cut ties with her family and their way of life? Well, consider this. TMZ has been known for the longest to literally have a very, very cozy relationship with the Kardashians, and especially Kim, Kris, and Khloe. Kylie too. But with all the Kardashians, they always post nice fluff pieces. Whenever they are involved in any controversy, the Kardashians always, irrespectively of their guilt in the situation, always get a nice fluffy piece that spins things to their favor. What's more, TMZ is always getting leaks about what the Kardashians feel, what they want, and the inside scoop. They are, as myself and many people suspect, pro-Kardashian propaganda. They were also one of the first sites to run exclusive that not only had Travis got admitted to the hospital or what he got admitted for. However, to Kourtney's point, they were also one of the first, if not the first, to run these, in Kourtney's words, recycled pictures of her from 3 weeks ago in an effort to drive and move a story for clicks and views of the first sighting of Kourtney when she had not ever even left the hospital at all. Kourtney is saying and calling out all these paparazzi. But let's not forget, TMZ is also paparazzi. TMZ was one of the first, if not the first, to run these, in Kourtney's words, recycled pics of her in sweats to literally go. So what does it mean when basically what most people to assume is the media mouthpiece of your family? What does it mean when you go on Instagram to blast them, call them the lowest of the low, and literally tell them basically that their karma is coming? Well, you know, most people would say that the signs were there and they pretty much saw it coming. What are the signs? Let's get into it. But really quick, did you guys hit that like button? Also subscribe and notification. Well, for one, when Kourtney first got with Travis, there was a notable pullback from the Kardashians. Now, prior to this, Kourtney had expressed the fact that she was tired of their famous for being famous stick. She felt like, I don't need to be a billionaire. A millionaire is good enough for me. If you guys don't know, Kourtney does quite well. And although it sounds ridiculous to say, I'm fine being a millionaire, now I just want to chill and be a mom to my kids, you remember Kim and Khloe had a huge problem with it and even had an episode dedicated where they thought Kris should put Kourtney in her place for saying that she wanted to choose her children and her family over money. Once she actually started dating Travis romantically and they combined families, that desire to have a pure love and a love outside of the prying eye of cameras only grew. What's more, how can we forget the fake wedding in Vegas? Now, no one knows if they actually got married in Vegas or if they were messing around. One thing we do know is Kris issued a swift denial and the Kardashian publicity machine went into full gear. But it appears it left one important person out. That was Kourtney. Let's also not forget And how can we forget the spectacle that her family made over her courthouse wedding? Now, you might be like, Tisa, what spectacle are you talking about? I'll tell you. I always thought it was very odd, and a lot of people did too, that the Kardashians did not publicly congratulate her on her wedding. The only people that did was Khloe and Kris, and they did it on their stories. To think that your sister is finding love after all these years, finally getting married to a man that treasures her and values her. This is to literally, they're gonna do this till death do them part, and not a peep. The fact that it doesn't even deserve a peep on your main wall. It was dead silent, especially for the Kardashians, that they post everything. They post the Skims, they post North birthday parties, they post everything. Why did your sister not deserve a mention on your main Instagram feed? Now, a lot of naysayers said, oh my God, you guys are making much ado about nothing. You guys, they already said they're gonna have a huge wedding in Italy, and that's when they're going to celebrate. And this was just a private affair. What's more, there's probably COVID restrictions and nobody was allowed in the courthouse. And that was the reason that was given for why they did not have a celebration at one of Kris's homes. You know, the Kardashians love, they go overboard for Mother's Day, Father's Day, St. Patrick's Day. They are the party planners. Why was there no even small celebration to commemorate this? The excuse given was, oh, don't worry, you're going to see everything in Italy. But let's talk about the Italian wedding, shall we? Oh, the Italian wedding, or as a lot of people like to put, the fashion show for the Kardashian-Jenners. Now, while this was an amazing time for Kourtney and she was in a bubble of happiness, it did not escape my notice or a lot of people's attention that the Kardashians literally seemed to be, there was a lot of tension. There were hardly any pictures of them with Kourtney. There was some the night before from the dinner reception. But even then, Kim turned her reception dinner into a photo shoot, walked past her, snubbed her, and said hi to the bride and groom the very last. Kourtney did her best to ignore it, but let's also not forget the curious case of the fact that none of the sisters at all had any photos of the bride on her wedding day. I'm not talking about when they arrived. I'm not talking about when they got to dress up in the Dolce & Gabbana archives and look really pretty. And this was the day before the wedding or 2 days before the wedding. Look really pretty and play dress up. And they posted an odd picture of Kourtney. But for the actual wedding and for the actual reception, no one except for Kris Jenner that walked her down the steps, no one had any pictures of the bride at her reception. As a matter of fact, sources actually said that the Kardashians actually didn't even stay for the reception. They were there enough to take TikToks, to take photos. They left within, it's been reported, they left within an hour, right? They left within an hour. This can be confirmed from all the Instagram lives that actually covered the wedding after that. This can be confirmed that there was no Kardashian or Jenner in sight. Very, very curious. Then there was the aftermath of the wedding, where not one sister posted anything showing of the bride on her special day at the reception. She was surrounded by Travis's kids, her children, and Travis's family and friends. Moreover, it took them almost 2 weeks to even post the few pictures they had with Kourtney prior to the wedding. Now again, people can say it's much ado about nothing, but when you couple the fact of, okay, they didn't post any congratulations, the congratulations that did come 2 weeks later after the wedding. This is after Travis's friends and family had showered them with well wishes. So you can't even say, oh no, Kourtney wanted to sell the pictures. Kourtney didn't want to sell the pictures. She just wanted a day filled with love, and she let everybody tape, everybody Instagram live. There was no exclusive. There was nothing. That couldn't have sat well with the Kardashians, who are notably famous to be famous. You guys, when you couple that with Khloe's scathing remarks to the paparazzi, including TMZ, the family's mouthpiece, in my opinion, that shame on them for trying to capitalize, and they've sunk to a new low. You guys, I don't know what to say. It looks like Kourtney's happily ever after might include her happily separating from the very people that she feels is living a very toxic, fake, and just all around disgusting and low life. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you later. Bye.